Well, mammoth changes are expected in Indian democracy, with the government pushing for the 131st Amendment Bill, changing the number of seats by enlarging the Lok Sabha, as well as implementing the one-third reservation for women. Speaking about the three bills and explaining them to you, the Constitution 131st Amendment Bill 2026 seeks to expand the Lok Sabha strength from 543 to 850 at max, and it also embeds in itself the 33% reservation for women. The second bill is the Delimitation Bill 2026 that repeals and replaces the Delimitation Act of 2002, establishing a new framework for Delimitation Commission to determine the final number of seats for the states as well as the UTs. And the third bill is the corollary bill for the Union Territories, which is the Union Territories Laws Amendment Bill 2026. This aligns the legal structures for the UTs along with the states, and this is just a corollary law for the government. A total number of 18 hours of discussion is expected in the Lok Sabha on April 16th and 17th, and a 10-hour discussion is expected in the Rajya Sabha on April 18th. Speaking about the biggest change that is expected, it's largely it's a numbers game as well as the representation part. Speaking about the numbers game first, the Lok Sabha strength is expected to rise from 543 to a ceiling of 850. Is a nearly 50% increase in each state's tally when it comes to the Lok Sabha, with 815 seats from the states as well as 35 seats from the Union Territories. This figure of 850 is only the upper limit. Even previously, the government had come down to a figure of 550, and after the delimitation, the figure was finalized at 543, and this is a similar procedure happening right now. The 2011 census will be the referencing point for the government for this particular delimitation. On the other part, this is a representation given to women, as the government has promised time and again. The one-third of the Lok Sabha seats will be reserved for women from 2029 elections onwards. The women's reservation will operate on a layered structure, applies within the general pool as well as within the SCs and STs reserved constituencies, ensuring representation both on horizontal and vertical layers, as the government has always mentioned. Certain contentions with respect to the bill, and the opposition is coming heavily on it. Southern states have a concern with respect to and there is a government response as well. The southern states fear that the delimitation would penalize them for effectively implementing population control, and fear that higher number of population will impact a higher number of seats for northern states. On the government's response, they have suggested that they're anchoring this delimitation on 2011 census, and hence southern states are expected to benefit from this particular change rather than be on the harm's way. Speaking about a constitutional clutch in this particular matter, which is Article 82, the bill proposes to delete the third proviso to Article 82, which currently mandates the delimitation must follow the first census conducted after 2026. The government is removing this primarily so it can steadfast the procedure of implementing the one-third reservation for women. This is what is expected from the government tomorrow. These three bills will change how the Lok Sabha has looked throughout the years and will also implement the one-third reservation for women.